Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Brandy Cummings. We began with team coverage of a massive fire. 10 people are displaced after a townhome went up in flames. The fire started last night around 11 on Skiffs Creek Circle in Williamsburg. This is video from the fire department of crews battling the blaze. 10 on your side's Matt Gregory went to the scene today and joins us now with a look at that damage. Matt?
Yeah, this is the damage from the front of the home, and I was just speaking with the owner. She said this happened last night while their family was asleep. Her husband was asleep, and their youngest son rather actually woke him up, and he jumped out of that front window after he got his father out of the house. They went back inside looking for his older brother, but to see the real damage, you have to come around back. This is a townhome community, and in this townhome community, every house borders each one. They only have a cinder block divider in between each one. Now, from the front, it looked bad, but the damage when the fire crews got around to the back was extensive, and you can still see it today. Here's what you have. This is the same home. This is on the back side. From what one neighbor tells me, he heard a loud explosion, sounded like a shotgun blast out of the back area, and you can see how quickly this back room in this area went up. It was such a powerful blaze that if you take a look, you can still see the melted bench out here. This picnic table was just completely annihilated on one side and just melted down. These are metal doors right here, completely melted, and as you can see right there, they're twisted and bent around. Now, the neighbor who heard the blast said he lives right down there. He jumped over, came over with his hose, and was spraying the fire right along here, because as you can see, the cinder block that protects these houses from catching fire in the townhome community, it had already started to singe there, so he tried to keep it while fire crews got here from spreading. But to give you an idea of just how immense this fire was and how powerful it was, behind me over here, just about 15 yards from the actual home, these are all the bushes here, the honeysuckles that were completely burned and charred by the fire. And the guy who I spoke with, the neighbor, he says when he was standing right there by those trash cans, he could feel the blaze from there. It was that powerful. Now, as far as we know, no one has been hurt. I was told that the youngest son, the one who jumped out of the front window after he alerted his dad to the fire, he said, I spoke to his mother. She said he's recovering right now. He's being observed. She expects that he'll be okay, but obviously a very scary situation. They're all thankful that everyone made it out alive, and we'll have more coming up tonight from the man who says he tried to put out the fire. He called the fire department, but my colleague Marielena Balouris will also have a report coming up about the son who wasn't home to tell you exactly what the family was going through. For now, in James City County, I'm Matt Gregory. 10 on your side.
Matt, thank you. And that's where we're headed right now. Our team coverage of this massive fire continues with our Marielena Balouris. As Matt just said, she spoke to one of the victims.
On Saturday night, a family watched their home of 18 years go up in flames.
I spent a collective of 5 hours watching my house burn down.
Sam Tyler wasn't home when the fire broke out. The 18-year-old was with a friend, but his dad and brother were both inside the home. They managed to get out, still thinking he was trapped inside.
It was pretty bad. My little brother at the time period didn't know whether I was alive or dead. My dad didn't know whether I was alive or dead, and they both were incredibly joyful as soon as they saw me.
Tyler's 15-year-old brother had to jump out of the townhome from the second-story window. Tyler says friends and neighbors helped catch him, but he was still taken to the hospital.
He's in observation right now for 24 hours, and yeah, he has a couple bruises. He's a couple burns. He's in some pain, but he's going to be okay.
Fire officials say Tyler's father did not want to go to the hospital. He was treated and released at the scene. The two adjacent homes also saw damage. Those residents are also displaced. That's leaving 10 people doing their best to stay positive.
You got to find the good things out of little stuff.
In Williamsburg, I'm Marielena Balouris, 10 on your side.